English language arts lesson today. We are going to use our Chromebooks. You guys are already sitting so nice with your Chromebooks, taking such good care of them. Crisscross applesauce. I love it. This is great. Okay, so before we get started, let's remember how we handle our Chromebooks. Okay, so our Chromebooks are an important technology and a special technology that we get to use in our classroom for our lessons, but we have to be careful with them. So there's a couple things. One is we need to be gentle with our Chromebooks, okay? We each have our own Chromebook. You guys are going to get to use those individually today to do your work and to engage in the activity that we're going to do with Padlet today, but we have to keep our hands on our own Chromebooks, okay? So we're going to keep our hands on our Chromebooks. We're going to be gentle with our Chromebooks. We're going to open and close them carefully when we're instructed to do so. We're only going to open the things that I ask you to open, okay? So we're not going to any extra websites. We're not opening any other programs. We're going to listen carefully to where we're supposed to be on our Chromebooks. We need to be careful when we log into our Chromebooks. I want everyone to double check that you have your Chromebook. It should have your number on it. Double check that you have your Chromebook. Perfect. We always want to make sure that we have our Chromebook because that has a lot of our login information on it. And remember, those logins are for you only. And that's important to keep you safe and to keep your information separate from the other kids in the classroom. It also helps me so that I can see what you're doing and what you're working on. So it's important that we always log into our Chromebook with our login. So we're going to do that now. We're going to open our Chromebooks. Love it. All right, so you're going to log into your Chromebook with your login information. Some of them may already be pulled up, but make sure you've logged in with your logins. Great job. Okay, so you may open up with the little beach ball. We'll open up our Chrome, our internet browser, and make sure that you are on the school website. So you can go ahead and do that now. Just make sure that it shows the school website. All right, does everybody have it? All right, great. So everybody has the tablet on their own Chromebook now, so you have access to it. We are not going to add anything to it quite yet, okay? So let's talk about how we use Padlet. It's been a while since we've used it, so let's talk about how we use it. So Padlet is a way for us to organize information. We're going to organize the elements of a fairy tale today, okay? So remember, we have talked about a lot of different fairy tales, and we're going to organize the elements of those fairy tales. So we've got categories up here. What's our first category say?
Once upon a time.
And that is our setting. That's right. And then what's our next one say?
Characters.
Characters. Great. What's our other category?
Problem.
Problem. What's another one?
Solution.
And our last one?
Happy ever after.
Great, good job guys. Okay, so we're going to take our time and I'm going to give you guys about 5 minutes to go in and you're going to add things. Don't do it yet, remember? We're going to add things to these categories. Excuse me. The things that you remember, okay? So, I'm going to help you out. We're going to start with one. Let's start with one under Once Upon a Time. So, we're doing the story Jack and the Beanstalk. So, are we going to be doing elements from anything other than the story Jack and the Beanstalk? No, we're only going to add pictures that relate to Jack and the Beanstalk in these categories. You may also use text. If you would like to just type and use text, you may do that too. Okay, and I will show you both ways to do it. So I'm not going to do a real one because I don't want you guys to get confused and I don't want to steal your ideas. Okay, so we're going to do an example. So this one may not actually be in Jack and the Beanstalk. So, all right. So once upon a time, in our setting, and it could be in a castle. Okay, so I'm going to hit the plus button on the Padlet, and then this little box down here is going to pop up. Okay. And this box gives me some options. Do you see these down here? And there's an orange one here that has a magnifying glass and it kind of looks like a picture of the mountains. Alright? So I'm going to click that and it's going to pop up a box. So now I can type in a word to bring up a picture that I want. So we said we were going to do castle. So I'm going to type in castle. It's going to pull a whole bunch of pictures. So I can scroll through and see which one I like the best. Oh, here's a good one, right?
Yeah.
We'll click on that one. All right, so when I click on it, it's going to load it here. And now I've got a pink button. And I can press that pink button that says publish. And it shows up in my category, right? Now, if I want to add text, I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to press one thing different. So I'm going to press the plus button. My box is going to pop up again, okay? And I can just write something right in this box. So I could write, I can just write castle if I want, or I could write a sentence in a castle in the forest. And I would hit the pink button when I'm done, and it'll show up right here, and it'll say castle, okay? All right, so I'm gonna remove these because they may not work with the story that you guys are gonna work on now. So I'm gonna give you guys 5 minutes to add your elements to the Padlet, okay? I want you to try and do something for every single category, and you're gonna work on your own. We're gonna work independently today on our own Chromebooks, okay? Good job. You can go ahead and gently close your Chromebook at this point, please. Ooh, so good. I barely even heard it. I love it. Okay, so let's take a look at our Padlet. Let's take a look at all these great images that you guys have posted. And we're going to review them and see if we can retell the story by looking at these pictures.